Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Political Excess. Today, let's take a deeper dive into the Texas governor's race. So let's get right into it and see where things are at. A little bit of background, though. Greg Abbott, the Republican, is running for a third term. Last time in the Blue Wave 2018, he won by 13 points. His opponent, Beto O'Rourke, he ran for U.S. Senate in 2018. He got within 2.5 points, but he still lost. So this year, in their primaries, O'Rourke won very easily, over 90% of the vote. And Abbott, he also won easily, but with only 67% of the vote. So what are the predictions for this race? Well, Cook and Sabato have it at likely Republican, and Inside Elections has it at solid Republican. To me, that seems pretty accurate. I would say likely to safe is probably a reasonable characterization for the race at this point, maybe around an 8 to 12-point win, high single digits, low double digits. So what about the trends for this state? Let's take a look at some of these counties here. We can see that over 45% of the population lives in a solid Democratic county, 40% live in a solid Republican. The thing to take note of, though, are the trending counties. 10% live in a county that flipped for Biden last time in 2020. Another 2.8% live in a county that is trending in that direction. On the other side, only 0.6% live in a county that went new for Trump last time, and another 0.9% that's trending that way. So more of the trend is toward the Democrats. It's not overwhelming, but it is there. So as usual, most of the deep blue counties have the major cities in them that have been trending at least away from the Republicans, if not for the Democrats. And some of those are Tarrant County and Dallas County, the Dallas-Fort Worth area, Travis County with Austin, Bexar or Behar County, if you prefer, with San Antonio, and Harris County with Houston. So in 2020, the Democrats flipped Tarrant County. That was big, but also Williamson County, which is the northern suburbs of Austin, that did flip for Joe Biden. So those are two things the Democrats should be excited about and Republicans should be concerned about. Now, on the other side of it, Republicans, they of course had made plenty of gains in South Texas. Many of these counties had large swings toward the right. The only problem is there's just not a whole ton of people in most of these counties. So it does make Texas an interesting state for any future changes in any potential partisan realignment. So if we want to take a look at some of the news, we could see that in regards to fundraising, Beto O'Rourke set a new fundraising record in Texas. He pulled in $27.6 million compared to Greg Abbott's $24.9. So not really a big difference there. But if you're into fundraising numbers determining outcomes, you'll give the edge there to O'Rourke. And this article goes on to talk about the source of their fundraising, the average donation, their fundraising goals, the significance of all the spending. It goes on and on. So if we get on their YouTube channels to see what they're doing in terms of ads, we could see Abbott here has some ads out. He's got some interview clips. He's keeping himself visible, touting his record, attacking O'Rourke. Exactly what you'd expect. Now on the other side, O'Rourke, he also has a lot of content on his YouTube channel. And he has a mix of some ads. He also has even some human interest type stories. So he does have a lot of content on his channel. So let's shift over to Wikipedia and let's take a look at the endorsements. There's not a ton on here as of yet, but the main one Abbott has lined up behind him is Donald Trump, and O'Rourke has some unions and some other organizations you would expect to see on this list. So how about the polling? Well, in the aggregate, we could see Greg Abbott has a 6-point lead on Real Clear Politics, 7.8 on 538. And if we go down to the individual polls, we can see that generally Greg Abbott is polling at about the mid to high 40s. O'Rourke is in the high 30s to the low 40s. And there's some undecideds, and we don't know which way they're going to break in the end, but that should give Abbott enough to clear 50%. And O'Rourke may get this under 10. That is definitely a possibility. In the end, it could be over 10. Of course, O'Rourke feels like he could pull it out. He's going to use the shooting in Texas, the Supreme Court. He's going to use all that as reasons to vote for him. but 2018 was a much stronger year for the Democrats. Ted Cruz was not liked, and O'Rourke couldn't even beat Cruz in that environment. Abbott is stronger. It's a red-leaning year. I don't see how O'Rourke pulls this out. I would say he has a very narrow chance to do so, and we're talking like 2% chance. It's more likely that it gets somehow unexpectedly narrow. Abbott pulls it out by 3.5 points. That's a possibility. The better assumption, though, is Abbott wins it by 8, 9, 10 points. But then on the other side, maybe Abbott pulls it out by 14 or 15. If he won it by 13 points in the blue wave last time, you'd think he should do even better this time. But voters might have a little bit of Abbott fatigue. This would be his third term. Sometimes people want a little bit of a change. So anyway, that's an in-depth look at the current state of the Texas governor's race. Let me know what you think about this race down below in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.